The Russia Federation and Ukraine are currently in the state of war. As we all know, 8 days ago, means 24 February, Punit announced a special military operation in eastern Ukraine. Minutes of later, missiles begins to hit locations across Ukraine, including the capital Kiev. Since 2014, Ukraine elected President Viktor and his supporter because he refused to sign a political association and free trade agreement with the European Union that enjoyed majority support in Ukraine parliament. Ukraine post-revolution government wished to commit the country to a future within the EU and NATO rather than continue to play the delightful diplomatic game of balancing its own economic and security interests with those of the Russians. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine affecting the economic also. Russia and Ukraine together produce 12% of world's oil and 17% of its natural gas. But during this ongoing war, there is a shortage of oil and natural gas, and which lead to the increase in price. The US announced cessation of some individuals and on some Russian banks, while the European Union has said that it will disconnect an unnamed list of Russian banks from the SWIFT payment system. Also, both the US and EU have said that they will prevent Russia from accessing their reserves. Preventing the central bank from assessing its reserve is far by the nuclear option in the financial sector. The removing of some people from the shift or sanctioning those banks is important. Now what it means is that all dollar settlement are done by the US by its clearing house is one of a sanctioning entity. They can't be counterparty. So that means all the oil and commodities that are sold through those banks will not be settled at all, so they are out of the financial sector. On the other hand, civilians are also against the war and starting protest against the Putin, but Putin non-stop fighting the war. Russian shelling and attack on civilians population killed 34 civilians in Ukraine eastern region in the past 24 hours between March 2 and 3. The governor of Ukraine-controlled eastern region said that the port city of Mariupol, one of the first targets of Russian invasion, was without electricity or water supplies.